welcome to today's class. For today, I have a set of blocks as well as a yoga towel or yoga blanket. You can grab a large towel if you have one accessible. So both of them are going to be used to help find some mobility, some opening within the thoracic spine, the upper back. So depending on how you're feeling is going to depend on what you snag. The blocks are going to feel a little bit more intense, find a little bit deeper sensation, and then the blanket or the towel is going to find a little bit more softness and a little bit more ease if you're feeling some extra tension within your spine today. So grab whatever you feel like is appropriate for you and go ahead and meet me on your backs. We're going to start with the support that you chose for today. So coming onto your back, the towel, the blanket should be rolled up and be generally the length of your spine so that you feel supported all the way from the head to your low back. Depending on the sensation, the tightness within your low back, you may need a little bit more or less support, up to you. So for me today, I'm going to bring the towel to my low back, but allow my sit bones to come in contact with the mat. And I'm going to roll my back all the way down, allowing my head to feel supported. And then fall heavy onto the towel. Feel free to take whatever leg variation feels good for you, whether that's bringing the feet wide, knees to touch. Maybe you bring your legs into a butterfly. Allow gravity to help open the inner thighs while you're here. Or if you feel comfortable and prefer to have them extended long, you can do that as well. Wherever you're able to rest comfortably, to allow your focus to remain on the torso, on the upper back, on that area that's encompassed by the rib cage. And then just allow the arms to hang heavy, palms towards the sky. Maybe scooping the shoulder blades underneath you just a pinch more, so you feel that space open up across the collarbones. And just find some steady breaths, deepening the inhales with each round. If you're taking this class today, you are likely feeling some tightness within the rib cage, the shoulder blades. So provide your body with the space it needs, the support it needs. So whether you maybe need an extra pillow underneath the hips or a pillow underneath your head. If you chose to use blocks today and you feel like you're holding on to extra tension along your spine, try to find something a little bit softer. Maybe adding a blanket on top of your blocks to take down the intensity just a notch. Or if you want to go all the way down to this more mellow sensation, feel free to make those adjustments. And take some deep breaths. Really become in tune with the rise and fall of the chest, the rib cage. If you're feeling especially tight, those breaths might feel a little bit more restricted than normal. So be conscious of how intense everything is feeling today. Make everything gradual. It doesn't have to be your biggest, deepest breath right from the get-go. You can always progress to that point. The idea is to find relaxation, not to build any more tension than you already may be handling at the moment. We started with our arms open, relaxing wide alongside our body. If this is a good place for you, stay here. If you are up for it, if you want a deeper sensation throughout the chest, bring your arms to a goalpost position. You'll likely feel a greater sensation across the chest, maybe into the armpits, the front of the shoulder. And feel free to find a halfway point between this position and where you started. You can keep your arms in a capital T and maybe bring them just a little bit lower. That'll decrease the sensation. But whatever areas become most prominent in your mind, focus there, focus the breath there. And give your body a few moments to adjust to the change. If you're feeling like you're still squirming through it, backtrack a bit. Wherever you want to end up, we're going to stay here for 4 breaths. Last breath here. And wherever your legs were, go ahead and bring those feet parallel, the knees, the thighs, all parallel to one another. Let them fall over to the left and just slinky or slide your way off whatever support you use onto your left side. Then go ahead and prop yourself up just for a moment, because we're going to change. So if you didn't bring a blanket, but you have a pillow or something else nearby, go grab that. Because we're going to head up back to the mat. We're going to lay back down, but we're going to use the blanket a little bit differently. So folding that into a square just to really be a pillow for you. And we're going to lay back down onto our left side. Right, left arm extends long, so you're kind of on that left shoulder here, on that left side. Knees stacked on one another. And then the right hand's going to come on top of the left. Feel free to make any adjustments you need to support your head. And we're trying to maximize comfort, maximize support here in today's class. So with the hands touching, go ahead and reach the right fingertips beyond the left and make a big sweeping arch overhead. So you're going to reach the fingertips until they come overhead, and your chest is going to start to open towards the sky. Keep those hips, those knees glued together. Then try to bring those fingertips all the way to the other side of the mat. Hang here. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly retrace your steps. Keeping those fingertips reaching long, feel the stretch within the right side body through the armpit as you come back to that starting spot. We're going to do a few rounds here. Reach the right fingertips beyond the left and draw a big circle. Feel the expansion, the changes in sensation and tension through the rib cage as you open the body up towards the sky. Keep the reach through the fingertips as you lengthen that right collarbone. Trying to pull it up and open to shine towards the sky, towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Close everything off. Experience that stretch through the armpit and come on back. 2 more rounds here. Reach the fingertips long. Feel that stretch through the right shoulder blade, and then open everything up. Take it nice and slow. Move as fast or as slow as you'd like to get to that end point. Feeling that twist through the belly, through the rib cage, opening up through the chest. And close everything off, reaching the fingertips the whole way through. Left hand, right hand meets the left. Last round. Reach fingertips beyond, open up nice, slow and steady. Hang out in any areas that you feel need extra attention. And then we're going to remain here for 3 breaths. With every inhale, feel your lungs fill up. Your belly fill, everything expands. And on the exhale, feel everything just settle in a little bit more. Maybe that reach goes a little bit further. Maybe that twist goes a little bit deeper. Last breath. And then reach the right fingertips up and overhead. Close everything off. And then go ahead and transition onto your right side. So knees come back towards center. Everything is flat against the mat. And then we make any adjustments you need with your pillow, your head support, and then let everything come on over towards the right. Arms extend long in a capital T. Knees and hips are stacked. Ankles are stacked. Head is supported in a neutral position. And then reach the left fingertips beyond the right and sweep big orb around the top of your head. Feeling the stretch through the left side body as you reach that midpoint, and then continue on over to the left. Feeling gravity put a little bit of pressure on the front of your left chest as it opens up. 3, 2, 1. Slow sweep back, reaching the fingertips along the whole way through to experience that change in sensation. Come back to starting point. Reach the left fingertips beyond, open up nice and slow. And I probably didn't mention this before, but the head is going to follow the movement. It doesn't necessarily have to turn towards the left side. It can come towards the sky and just hang out there. If you're having some extra tension, that might just feel just enough. Staying at the sky. Keep reaching those left fingertips to open up the left chest. For 3, 2, 1. Sweep everything back. Keep that reach long and mindful. Back to starting. 2 more here. Reach the left fingertips beyond, sweep up and overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Feel that side body lengthening even with that hip anchoring down. Feel that opening. All the way over. For 3, 2. Reach the fingertips long. For 1. And then come all the way back, big sweep up and overhead. Last one here. Reach the left fingertips beyond the right. Open, 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 nice and slow. Feel the stretch, the opening. Maybe going a little bit deeper each time. Coming into that twist. Keep the hips and knees glued towards one another. 3, 2, 1. Reach fingertips long, close everything off. And then come back towards the center. Engage the core, bring the knees back towards the sky. And then as we're here, feel free to windshield wiper the knees side to side. You feel good moving through the lumbar spine, through the low back, all the way up and through the mid back. You can keep it nice and slow, or if you like to have a medium speed here, whatever feels good. For 3, for 2, and 1. Meet back in center. Okay. You can leave the pillow where it is, or you can take that out. We're going to come up into a into a kneeling position on our shins. So you can kind of mosey your way up there if that feels better for you. You can go onto your side, press yourself up. But if you're in the mood to give yourself a little back massage, if that feels good, just take a few rolls up and down and make your way to that seated position. Bring your shins whenever you're ready. We'll meet there. If you did take a few rolls, roll over your ankles. Again, no pretty way of getting there. Just finding whatever movement feels good. And so in this seated position, feel free to, again, grab a block if you've had that. If you want some degree of support, you still have your blanket hanging around, a pillow. I'm going to roll that up and sit on that instead. Find a little bit more softness here. And you're just going to sneak that between your thighs. Give your body some support, your sit bones, some nice cushy support. And then click your heels towards one another so they're underneath your sit bones. And feel free to take a moment here. Close your eyes. Maybe give yourself a few shoulder rolls. Whatever subtle movements you need to help settle into the seated position. Anchor in those two sit bones. If you found some movement, start to find your way towards your center. Allow your palms to rest on your thighs. Shoulders down away from your ears. Doesn't have to be a strong engagement, but just be mindful to keep those shoulders relaxed. Take away that tension. Now your next breath, sweep the arms up and overhead. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Expand your chest. And then exhale, cactus the arms, drive the elbows towards your hips. Backs of the hands press into the space behind you. Pull the chest forward. Feel the shoulder blades press the heart even further. Inhale, arms up overhead. Small engagement of the low belly. Keep everything stacked, reaching tall. Then exhale, press the heart forward. Engage the back body. Drive the elbows in towards the hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drive down. Opening a little bit more each time. Inhale, reach up. Then on the exhale, right fingertips come alongside the body. Left fingertips reach up and over. Feel free to gaze underneath that armpit, under that left arm. Keep that left sit bone anchored. Feel the stretch from the left hip crest all the way up through the armpit. Reach those fingertips up and over. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left fingertips plant, right fingertips reach up and over. Stretch all the way through that right side body, that right rib cage. You can gaze down at the floor, you can gaze down, up, over, and through your right armpit. For 3, for 2, and 1. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open the arms up wide, pressing the palms of the hands back behind you. Elbows are straight. Palms of the hands back, so your hands back behind you. So you're opening the chest forward. Squeezing the shoulder blades back behind you. So the same movement as when we cactus our arms, but our arms are straight in a capital T. Then exhale, close everything off. Pull that energy through the palms of your hands, around your upper back. As you reach the fingertips forward, shoulder blades spread wide. And then inhale, open those arms up like you're about to give someone a nice big hug. Pull your heart and chest forward. Slight arch in the back. So we're doing some variation of cat-cows here. So feel that sensation through the spine. Don't limit yourself in any kind of movement. Exhale, close everything off. Palms come towards one another, reaching the fingertips long in front of you. Inhale, open up. Feel free to keep some fluidity in the elbows. Exhale, close. 2 more, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. I can't count. I don't know if this is the last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And inhale, pull everything in. Re-anchor into your center. Take a breath for yourself. And go ahead and sneak that towel out from underneath your sit bones or whatever support you needed. You can come back onto your mat, give yourself some space. We're going to come into whatever your variation is for child's pose. If you need some support with the blankets or towels, you can always put that blanket underneath your sit bones. You can always place it there. Or if you just want some softness for your knees, you can always just place that right underneath you. Again, I encourage you to use the support wherever it comes naturally to you. No right or wrong. There's never any right or wrong for what feels good in your body. But come into your child's pose. Reach the fingertips up long. One thing I will encourage is to stay mindful, stay activated in your arms. So you can feel your shoulders open up, your side body stay long. Allow your head to sink heavy between your biceps. And let gravity do the work. Breathe into the space. within the back side of your rib cage, within the shoulder blades. Usually when we think of taking a deep breath, we feel the front, the lower part of the ribs, because that's what we see. That's the most visually appealing, that gives you best feedback. But while we're here, I want you to focus on breathing into the back sides of the rib cage. Feel the rise and fall up into the space behind you. And keep your focus there for the next 3 breaths. Again, staying mindful in the arms, reaching the fingertips long so you can feel that sensation within the armpits. And now your next breath, you're going to thread the right arm underneath the left and allow the right ear to come towards the mat. And 3 breaths here. Breathe into the spaces that are available to you. And your next inhale, come back towards center. Exhale, settle in towards your child's pose. Then inhale, lift up, left arm threads under right. Exhale, settle in, left ear hits the mat. Right fingertips reaching across your body. Still breathing into the back body, finding that expansion. On your next inhale, unravel. Reach the fingertips forward. Exhale, settle in. If you are up for it, if it's accessible for you, we're going to transition into puppy pose. This is, for me, one of my favorite movements or poses to move my way into, to find some space within my upper back, my rib cage. So if that feels like something that is accessible for you today, we can transition there. Otherwise, stay in child's pose for our next few breaths. So your fingertips are going to reach a little bit further forward. Hips are going to stay high, sink the belly low, the chest low. And settle the forehead down onto the mat. You can keep your arms narrow. You can bring them a little bit wider if that's the space that you need for your shoulders, for your chest to open up. Make any adjustments you need. If you want extra mobility, if you're really feeling spicy today, want to find some extra movement, you can always place your hands on blocks to open up even deeper through the upper back. Again, no right or wrong, just modifications to intensify or modify. We're here for 5 breaths for this one. Wherever you are, press through your hands, walk your hands back towards your knees. Sitting back, hips to heels. And for our final rest today, we are going to transition into that starting pose. So if you're feeling a little bit more open and want to continue to work with that, if you had a blanket and you want to transition to blocks, please feel free. I think I'm going to check that out, see how that feels for me personally. So I'm going to bring this one block on this tallest height, narrowest tallest height for my head support. And then I'm going to bring my other block on the long edge, short side. And that's going to go underneath my shoulder blades. Since I am feeling a little bit of tension still within my upper back, I am going to place my blanket right over top again to soften. So I get some more mobility, but it's something that I can tolerate. It's not too intense with the rigid edges of the blocks. So I'm going to slowly lower myself down, I start with my knees bent so you can kind of assess how your low back is feeling as you enter the pose. And then once you make any micro adjustments that you need to make sure that all the blocks and supports are in the right spot, supporting the areas that need the most assistance. And allow the backs of the hands to come to the earth, palms towards the sky. Having the supports behind you, no matter how intense or subtle they may be, again, whatever you're feeling today is perfect. When we have something behind our backs like this, we have a tendency to want to follow that arch and arch our back a little bit more than necessary. I found myself doing that just before. So if you feel like you're actively arching your back, soften that. That may mean that you need to scoop your hips away from you. That may mean that you need to adjust the blocks so that they're where you need the support. Again, this is more of a relaxation pose, so if you find that you're holding on to tension in areas that we're not focusing on, that likely means that you need a little bit more support, or you need to wind it back just a hair, okay? Or it may be as simple as adjusting your leg position. Again, modifications are always available based on how you feel. Wherever you chose to be, take a moment to take notice or take inventory of the different contact points that the supports have along your spine. If you decided to take this opening posture with a towel, you might feel that softness traveling from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. You're feeling how it hugs every different vertebrae, the rib cage, the inner edge of the shoulder blades. If you're using the blocks, maybe it's the support on the base of your skull, the back of your head, and then maybe it's the other focal point at the base of your shoulder blades, closing in on the bottom of your rib cage. And wherever those major contact points are, become aware of them and then allow your body to continue to soften over top of them. Allowing your chest to open a little bit further, your shoulders to open a little bit deeper, your collarbones to spread a little bit wider. Those focal points are pressing your chest up towards the sky. So allow that to continue to happen as gravity lets everything else fold and settle around it. So as you did earlier in class, whenever you're ready to transition out of this supporting final posture, go ahead and roll onto your right or left side so that you feel supported and you're able to take a piecewise, a stepwise movement out of this position, because sometimes it can feel a little intense transitioning away from it. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I look forward to seeing y'all next time.